Clients keep asking me how they can create more time in their day, or when I give them their new plan or their steps to take towards feeling better or creating a healthier lifestyle or bringing balance back into their life, they look at me like, how am I going to fit this into my day? You want me to add all of these things? And what I've noticed is that time is this illusion that we all have, and it gives us this sense of hurriedness, or like we just never have enough, so we're always looking towards something in the future, and it's ripping away our opportunity to live in the moment. And we need to be able to slow down on this perpetual agitation to go somewhere into the future. And what I mean by that is, say for instance, you have a cancer diagnosis and you are so focused on getting into remission or having the no evidence of disease report from your doctor. And while yes, that would be outstanding, and I'm fully on board and support you in that, and in that wanting that, desiring that opportunity, the problem with that is we get so focused on that point in time in the future that we miss out on all these steps that happen in the present moment, because the future is nothing but an abstraction. There is no future. Tomorrow is always tomorrow. We are always right here in the moment. I noticed myself doing this because my husband has a mental health illness, and I am fully responsible at this point. I've taken on the responsibility as his caregiver to find help and support and treatment for him. And with all of the roadblocks that I keep running into and all of the things that have to be done, the applications and the paperwork, the administrative phone calls and emails and paperwork, it's so much that I find myself saying, I can't wait till this is over. When he gets into treatment, then I will. When he gets care, then I can. And I noticed that in myself when I took time out for myself today to have some energy work done. And I have been in survival mode for so long trying to help him do this that it really had me frazzled and feeling like I was this like radio station in between two stations where you can hear the static. I could feel the static in myself. And in that hour that I had for my energy work session, I felt myself, and I haven't been feeling myself. I mean, like feeling the vibration of life, of living, of being. And I see that in my clients they get so stuck on this path of eating the right things and buying the right supplements and doing the right therapies and journaling and meditation and stretching and appointments, and always seeking to do the right thing and add the right thing and get to the right place so they can have the outcome that they're working towards, that they get so hyper fixated on that they lose out on the things that make them happy and bring joy into their life. So what I do is I work really hard to help my clients live in the and that means healing and finding balance back in their life, in their health, and living alongside that. If we're constantly in motion to do all the things to get to a certain point in the future, we miss out on the opportunity for the purpose in life, which is to live your life. Whether that means you run a nonprofit, you're going to school to get your degree, you are raising a family, whatever that means, the purpose is to be living in that. And when we're not living, then we miss out on everything. I mean, everything. All of these moments that we get are sacred because we don't know how many of them we get. You have no other choice but to be here right now. You can't get to tomorrow. I was wishing the days away and I could never get to tomorrow because I'm only right here. And I am pretty sure that at some point you have hoped for someday or some time that the good luck would appear or something you've been wishing for would just present itself, but it never does because you cannot get tomorrow. You can only get right now. You can only be here. You can only read the book and understand the book now. You can only listen to the song and understand the lyrics. Until I met my husband, would listen to music and I felt the beat and kind of caught the rhythm and would hum, and I butchered every song. Remembering the lyrics and singing them right the way they were written is just not a thing for me. But he took the time to listen and to understand what the musician or the artist was trying to express, because as a musician, it's a therapy for him. And that brought him into the present moment so that he was actually feeling the act of living, whereas I was just listening until it got to the end because then I was moving on. So that was a really big opportunity for me decades ago to bring myself into the present moment and embrace and actually absorb and download what I was doing. A lot of people, for instance, will go to a social gathering or an event or some type of engagement, and they're more concerned for the status of the activity. What is the status of that activity giving them? What is the status of me doing these therapies giving me? Hey, I have this diagnosis and I'm trying to get better, so look at me doing the therapies. That's great, and I commend you because that's contributing to your health recovery is outstanding. But are you enjoying them? Or are you just doing them because that's the thing that you should be doing? There's a big difference between that. And if you can't find some type of way to connect the highs to the lows, not every therapy you're going to do is going to be enjoyable. Coffee enemas are considered a therapy. For some of you, it might be enjoyable. For other people, not so much. But when you can bring yourself into the present moment and find some way to actually download what it is you're doing and going through, it just gives you a clearer sense of accomplishment in the moment and helps you just feel better. You just feel better when you live in the present moment. When you're always in a hurry, you're so concerned about what the act is turning you into that do you ever really do it? Are you ever really immersed, or are you involved with being engulfed in every step of the way? Like actually doing your therapy, like actually listening to the music. Don't be so hurried to get to the end. I mean, we all want to get to the end of a coffee enema, but read a book, pray. Listen to a podcast, write down your experience, whatever it is. Just don't always be so focused on doing it in a hurry. This is a degradation to your being. It's a degradation to human beings. It's an opportunity to practice the pause and remind yourself to stroll, not rush. I have a type A personality. I like to be productive. I like to have a lot of things going on, and I like to accomplish them. And I like to see things get done, which really puts me in a fast forward kind of position. And for years and years, my husband's been trying to pull back those reins and remind me to enjoy the moment. Yes, the babies are hard. Being up all night with a sick kid is hard, but I can't even tell you how many times he's told me, one day they're going to be grown up and you're going to wish you could go back. And he wasn't kidding. He was just not kidding. I was wishing that time away, and now I wish I could go back. But it is a good opportunity to stop and smell the roses. I'm sure you've heard of that saying, and that's what they're trying to. That's the point that they're trying to get across, is to pull us out of being so forced or forcing something that doesn't work. It proves that we're truly not here when we're trying to push time. You cannot push time. It is a measurement. It is an illusion. Time is a measurement like a distance or a location. Timing, however, is like this skillful rhythm. So there's a difference between time and timing, and we're never going to obtain the proper timing in a hurry, because the future is never going to get here. You're not going to make things go faster. You're not going to make your therapy go quicker. It is only going to result in punishment if you try to do that. And an example that I can give you is fast food. It's dead food. There's no vibration to it. There's vibration to an apple that's been growing on an apple tree. There is vibration to broccoli that's just been plucked. There is no vibration to a McDonald's French fry. It's dead. They tried to hurry up the process of food and killed it along the way and ruined it, just destroyed it. And microwaves, same thing. It's emitting radiation. It's irradiating your food to chemically change it to either cook it, or heat it up. And it just gives you this result of a carcinogenic substance that you're now going to eat and introduce this cancer-causing substance into your body because it's been radiated. Radiation used in cancer treatment is to kill cancer cells. But in the process, it also kills healthy cells. The same thing with microwaved food. Do not microwave your food. It's toxic. You can't rush the process. It's toxic. It's awful because fast food, microwaved food gives you the illusion of time. You can't change that. We're focused on technology and engineering and ignoring the basic art of health and culture, which is love, food, movement, and we're neglecting that. No one is teaching anyone about this. We need to remind ourselves to practice the pause and to live in the now. You can get through your treatments and live your life at the same time. If you need help with this, I am happy to assist you. I am a functional and holistic practitioner. We can test for your imbalances and what your stressors are on your systems, your organs, your glands, whether it be physical or emotional. And I can teach you and work alongside you while you're going through the process. But we never wish away the time. We are envisioning you as a healthier being while you're going through this lifestyle transformation, but it needs to be a somewhat enjoyable process, and you have to be able to learn and to experience along the way. So you cannot gain let me back up. To gain time to create more time is to live in the now, because you are only losing time by wishing it away and hoping for some time in the future. When you live in the present moment, while you're healing, while you're going through your treatments and doing the things that you enjoy, is how you fulfill your life's purpose and live with intention by living in the now, living in the present moment. Reach out to me on my website or leave a comment and I will respond to you and we'll get you started on living in the now and creating more time by being present.